The terminology he used, he said, in the 3-on-2, drift to the pass. I've never heard that. I never kind of used that terminology. And I've done it automatically, but I've never explained it that way. And when he pointed it out, it was so clear to me. You know, it's an interesting thing for me to be sitting here learning at 55. And we always learn something. But that to me was pretty crystal clear. Drift to the side you pass to. Make the defender choose. Give the ball back to the person who passed the ball to you. Now you have a 2-on-1. It's crystal clear. You know? Simple little things, the way you talk to people, you know, those things, it resonates with kids. They want to learn. They want to have fun. So, make it fun. What Mike tells you, identically what he said is what I said. We're here to have fun. Play hard. The harder you play, the more fun you have, the more lucky. The harder you play, the more fun you'll have, the luckier you get. And it's just a circle. The harder you play, the more fun you have, the luckier you get. You can start that circle anywhere you want. If you get lucky, that might make you play harder. If you play harder, you might have more fun. If you play hard, you might get lucky. And you'll have fun. It doesn't matter. But those three things seem to be what basketball is about. Play hard, have fun, you get better. It's simple. But keep it fun. Okay? The next gentleman is going to come up and speak to you a little bit more about philosophy. We've covered a lot of philosophy. Coaching the team, a bunch of the drills and things, but the next guy is coming up. Philosophy. Very important that our kids learn the right things. All right, so with that, I'm going to introduce Ken Foscaldo from the Boston CYO group. Ken?
Thank you, Mike. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for coming. I really like everything that I hear about the Boston round ball and Middlesex Magic, and I've just been supported by that tonight with what I've heard. Coach Lillo, I have my practice today, so I'll stay with it, just so that I cover the things that I've been thinking about when they asked me to speak tonight. I've been involved in team sports my entire adult life. I started coaching the NBL, Boston Neighborhood Basketball League, and back around 1970 or so. I coached there for a while, still coaching at high school level at Catholic Memorial, and I've been involved with the CYO basketball program for 35 to 40 years. And over that period of time, I was involved before my children were old enough to play. I coached when they played, and I've been involved since they've gone away and not been in our family, in our home anymore. I've stayed involved with the CYO program because I believe strongly in what it believes in and what it tries to impart to the children that are involved in the program. And everything I've heard here tonight about practice hard, play hard, is all that it's about. It's not about winning. You do all the right things along the way, and winning will take care of itself. It's all about the experience that the children, and they are children that you're coaching. We aren't the Celtics. We aren't a college team. We're coaching young people, somebody else's children, and in many cases our own children. And that is one of the most difficult things that we can have. I coached before my children were in the program. I coached both of them when they were playing, and you gain a different perspective when you're a parent coaching your own after you have coached other people's children. Other people's children tend to be players on your team and not somebody else's children. So as you go through life, as you go through the experience of coaching like that, you find different perspectives and you gain in wisdom and knowledge. And what I'm hoping to do is just share a few of those things with you so that the experiences that the children have in your coaching, as well as your own experience, is a pleasant one. Two things to remember. Number one is the game is about the kids. It's not about you as a coach. You see a lot of times, it's not so much now. I remember when I started coaching, Tommy Heinz was coaching the Celtics, and the coach at Catholic Memorial, where I went to high school, a lot of it had to do with how they manipulated the referees. You know, they weren't doing a good job coaching if they weren't getting calls in their favor for their team. And I became a referee when I was asked to coach. The reason I became a referee was not to referee basketball games and to go on and be a college-level official. I wanted to learn the rules of the game so that I could teach my players what the right thing to do.
and gain an advantage from the rules. If I knew the rules and I knew there were advantages to be made, then I could train, I could coach my kids better, and they would have that advantage. But I'll never forget, I had a game that I was refereeing out in Medway. And at that time, the games were played in quarters, as they're going back to. You all know that. High school's going back to quarters. I still maintain my referee status and feel that, although I haven't ref in a long time. But I wanted to keep up with the rules. Games are going back to quarters this year, just so you'll be ready for that. The advantage is they're going to go. We're going to cut down the timeouts. But you're going to be able to use those quarters to break up the team and to reorganize 1 minute between quarters. But I remember the game was played in quarters. In the first quarter, that coach was all over both of us. He was going to look for everything he could get. By the third quarter, the team was making quarters. And I realized right then and there, the coach is the role model. As he acts, that's acceptable behavior. The players act that way. We don't want that to be the way that our coaches act or our players act. We want our coaches to teach children how to act when there's prosperity and when there's adversity. We don't want them to take on the wrong persona. Their parents don't want you to do that. The other thing about, most of you are here because you're going to be coaching or have coached your own children. I want to go into a game and not be able to tell who the coach's kids are. And by that I mean is that little league parent mentality that I've heard and experienced, where the coach's son is either pitching or playing shortstop and batting first. And in basketball, the coach's son or daughter is always on the floor, point guard, and getting all the shots, or as much as the coach can control. Or the coach's children, because the coach can't maybe be harsh to other people's children because he'll have to answer to their parents. He may be harsh to his own children because who's going to complain to him? He's the father. Probably harsh to his wife too. So she's not going to defend the kids, or maybe she will, but that's something in the house that he can get away with. The best way of coaching their children is to know that you don't know which of their children which of the players is their child. Treat them fairly. Let me tell you something that I have come to learn is